Hi, everybody. This is Reverend Jill Carey from Unity of Wimberley. I'm glad you could join me today, and I thought it would be a good day just to have the sound of nature and the sound of water in the background since we're having rain, but not at this exact moment. And I'm just imagining all of the plants that survived the winter storm here, appreciating this nurturing rain that's coming down right now. I would like to share with you a little bit today about a reflection from Father Richard Rohr, who is at the Center for Action and Contemplation in New Mexico, and I enjoy reading his meditations every day. He speaks about how when he was 5 years old, he had an epiphany or a realization that he was one with the world and one with the divine, and he felt very special because of it. And he kind of kept it a secret from everybody because it felt so special. And that can be kind of an ego-driven stance for us to take when we feel touched by the divine. He said that later on he came to know that realization of oneness with all things and feeling divinely gifted is known to us so that we can make it known to other people about themselves. And so as we move into this weekend, as we move into this first weekend of May, I would invite you to think about your divine DNA, about the Spirit of the living Christ that is within you. And you can call that whatever you want. You can call that chi or the Christ or your soul, but it is the spark of the divine that lives in each one of us. Father Rohr says, "My hope for our near future lies in those who are waking up to this divine DNA that was there from the start, especially amid the painful experiences of life. We must all move through the universal pattern of order, disorder, and reorder, and we must do it again and again and again. By choosing a life of simplicity, service, generosity, and even powerlessness, we can move forward, trusting both love and mystery. We don't need to be perfectly certain before taking the next step." That's important for us to remember. The step that we take next is done in spite of our fear. We don't hold back because of our fear. Our job is to be who we say we are and who God says we are, carriers of the divine image. St. Catherine of Genoa said, "My deepest me is God." I can only imagine, Father Rohr says, how differently our lives, families, and nations would look if we trusted the foundational promise of this Christ incarnation in each one of us, this divine spark. When you can see the Christ in all things, including yourself, you will see and live differently. So he says that his hope, and his hope for a long time is that we each see our divine closeness to God, our DNA that we share with not only the divine, but with each other. And so today, as you move forward through your day, especially if you're having one of those difficult experiences, remember your divinity. Remember that you too, no matter when you realized it, are touched by God, are touched by the divine. And this makes you special and paradoxically one with all things, so that our individuality is eventually less than what we might think that we are. Our personality is secondary to that identity with the living Spirit. So today, especially as we're moving into the newness of life after this pandemic, as we're moving day by day and step by step towards something that looks like normal, even though it won't look like the normal we had before, as we move toward that, know that we have been in a time of disorder. and we are now moving into reorder. So it's important for us to remember who we are. It's important for us to know that we came here to do a divine job, to be a divine being. We're having a human life, and we've got all the human issues. We've got our human personalities. But underneath all that, kind of humming like the earth is humming right now with the newness of spring. Underneath all that is that ancient and eternal being that is always in God. You can hear this bird behind me. This bird doesn't have to think about whether or not it's doing a good job singing. This bird just sings. And so sing your song today. Be your divine self. And if you think this message would be of hope or inspiration to another, please feel free to share it from my Facebook page. I hope you'll join me next week. I'm always on Thursdays at 1 p.m. Central Time. Remember that you can support Unity of Wimberley. I don't know that the donate button is on there today, but you can go to our website. And until then, I will see you on the screens. Blessings. Bye-bye.